It's Sunday morning. Going on 8 o'clock. We'll start in a minute or so. Good morning, Marianne. And Ruth. Yes, you did find me. Should have been pretty easy since we had the same last name. You just have an extra one. Oh, Lauren, you're home already? Good for you. Good morning, Fred. You know, I need to get a drink of water. Good morning, Fran. Well, at least when we walked this morning, it was sunny out. It looks like it's clouding up. So, good morning to the meditation class. I'm probably not going to speak very long. Of course, I've said that in the past, and I've gone on and on. But hopefully that'll be the case today, and we'll actually get in some quiet time. But one of the things I wanted to say to you is that we are here at this time not by accident. Things are going to change no matter what, with or without you. So it's probably a good idea to be part of that change rather than be caught in the middle or be negatively affected by the change. So one of the ways of changing is begrudgingly or with an open mind and open heart. So when you are balanced and you're centered, then you're going to have more of an easy time with what is going to be coming through. The next few years are going to be, I think we're going to see a lot of changes as we've seen in the past few years. A lot of things are going to change, and we're going to have to go back to living with a little more of the basics that we used to have when we were younger. I think it's a good idea, if you don't have one, to get a garden going with whatever you can get in that garden, and tend it as though it's your baby, and make it prosper this year as much as you can. Get away from seeds that are not organic, and really do is and you are part of the reason everything is changing. You're here at a time that you chose to be present, just like you chose your parents. You chose to be here now. So no more criticism, no more cutting down of people, no more taking jabs, and the people on this call that I know don't do that. But you really want to come from the heart. Change occurs tremendously when you come from the heart. It doesn't mean you don't go out and take action, but you also come from the heart. So for instance, some of you have heard me say this, there is a tree in South America called the Tahibo tree. And if you've never heard of that, you may have heard of the herb pau d'arco. The Tahibo tree is what is the basis for the herb pau d'arco. And within a 2 to 3 to 4 foot diameter of that tree, no pathogens can exist whatsoever. No viruses, no bacteria, no fungus, no mold. Nothing that is pathogenic can exist within 3 feet, a 3 foot diameter of the base of that tree. And the reason for that is that tree creates a vibration that has an energy field. Energy field coming from the heart, things not only happen within your physical body, but things happen around you. So I remember when I was in college and I was meditating my sophomore year, I was a magnet. Everybody wanted to hang around me. And I even had the realization back then, as young as I was, that it wasn't my personality that they were attracted to. It was the energy that was just coming in or pouring out, and they wanted to come in. And it's I think it's truth, but it's not truth with a capital T, or put another way is it's not pure. It's not of love. You're going to be influenced by whatever it is you're exposing yourself to. So there are those amongst us who take this path, and we're all on a little bit of a different path. Just be aware of what you're allowing in and the amount that you're allowing in. So let's say we love listening to this, we get on YouTube and we listen to these types of videos. If we are exposing ourselves to these types of videos for, let's say, an hour and a half every day, are you meditating for at least an hour and a half every day to counteract what you're bringing in energetically? So it doesn't mean you can't take that information and use it and put it to good use. But if you're spending most of your time over here and you really need to be spending it over here, this is influencing you. And it's going to come out in your languaging. Your truth, coming from your 5th chakra, is spoken, and it's going to come out. And this guy here, the heart, has to be whole. You have to be centered. So I'm going to read a little bit from The Great Within by Christian Larson. There's a lot I could read here, but I'm just going to read a little bit, and then we're going to have some time to meditate. That which is common, ordinary, or inferior should never be held in mind. Oh, we could have a discussion on that. So, I'm not only talking about other people doing other things that you don't agree with, because when you are talking about them or thinking about them because you disagree, it's now in your mind. And he just said that which is common, ordinary, or inferior should never be held in mind, nor deeply felt for a moment, because to feel the ordinary is to impress the ordinary upon the subconscious. It is sowing inferior seed, and the harvest will be cheap, common, and worthless. Oh, it may be cool to talk about, but in the scheme of things, it's not elevating, it's not uplifting, it's not an elevated emotional state or a way of being. No person should ever think of herself as inferior or permit herself to recognize the imperfect in her nature. In other words, you've done something and you thought, oh, I can do better. Man, I should have done better. Man, I should really have done better on that. And you're now focusing in on the inferior portion of you. Instead of doing that, you can recognize it and have a momentary thought, but then you go right back to focusing in on your superiority. And this is not ego. This is not ego-driven at all. To recognize or feel the imperfect is to sow more seeds of imperfection and reap another harvest that is not worthwhile. There is a superior nature within you. This nature alone should be recognized and felt. In other words, only this nature, only that which is your superior self, only that which is your I am, your higher self, your Atma, your Para-Atma, should be recognized and felt. Only those thoughts and ideas that are formed in the exact likeness of the superior should be impressed upon your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind will respond by giving superiority to the entire mentality and the entire personality. And you won't walk around boastful. You'll have an inner calm and inner peace and a knowing that you are the best you can be. So you can join the Marines if you want. The average person fails to improve because he or she lives mainly in the consciousness of his imperfections. He feels he is ordinary and constantly impresses the subconscious mind with those thoughts and feelings. The person, however, who lives in the ideal, who thinks constantly of the greater that is within, and who tries to feel and realize that superior nature, will give quality to every impression that enters the subconscious mind. And according to the law of action and reaction, will steadily develop greater quality and worth throughout his entire nature. I could go on. There's more. It's more of the same. It's so simple. It's like, yeah, I know this, but we need to hear this over and over until it's so impressed upon us. I need to hear this over and over until it's so impressed upon me that I get it, that I wake up, that I have no doubts, that I never falter again. I'm not at that point. I have to keep bringing this stuff in, re-listening, rereading the same material, sometimes the same books, to get it. And maybe it'll be a lifelong process. It's already been a long time. 25, 30 years, 40 years. And there's more. There's more. I have barely scratched the surface. And I don't know where you are in your journey, but don't ever stop. Just like the baby becoming a toddler who starts to walk, falls down and laughs, and then gets up, falls down and laughs, and gets up, walks, falls down and laughs. They're having the greatest time. We're adults. We shouldn't be laughing, right? We need to adopt. We need some grandchildren. I think everybody on this call might be, except for you, John, might be too old to have children. I'm not sure about Mary. Anyway, if you have children or grandchildren, hang around them because they'll make you laugh and they'll get you to think a little bit differently if they haven't already. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get comfortable. And again, if you're at home, sit in a chair, but do not lean back. Do not round. Sit up tall. Sit on the front edge of that chair so that actually you almost are falling off the chair so that your lower back moves forward. That opens up the chest, which means what? It opens up the heart. So sit as tall as you can. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you begin to breathe, and you do your ritual for the first few minutes if you have a ritual. You get into it. You do whatever you do. For me, it's doing exactly what I just said to you, and then I get into my breath. So breathe through the nose on both the inhale and the exhale. And make those two, the inhale and the exhale, the same length, smooth and deep. And at this point, without any pauses, settle in, not only physically, but now start to activate the mind. And focus the mind. You can focus the mind on any point of singularity you choose, as long as it uplifts you, as long as it makes you feel good or better or better or better. You elevate your emotions. Now begin to open your heart. How do you do that? Bring something to mind, a memory, that makes you rustling, the chirping, squirrels playing with each other, running to and fro. There's no one else around. It's just you. Lost in your thoughts, enjoying the blue sky and the deep green plush grass, the edge of the bank, your feet dangling Eyes open or eyes closed, it matters not. You're enjoying being there right now. You stroll along the riverbank in the field of grass, carrying your sandals in your hands, walking slowly, looking about you. Being present. Feeling not only gratitude for your surroundings, but such appreciation and compassion for the fact that you are where you are right now. For the dream you have created. Right now, in this moment. Feel it. Use your imagination and imagine. Allow the physical body to feel all that you are imagining. Bring to life this dream. Create an internal reality that's greater right now than your current external reality. Your only task is to bathe yourself in this. Is to be right there. Now take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, sigh it out. Make a sound with a smile as you look around you in your imagination. You see the fields and the trees and the flowers and the stream right alongside you. Look up towards the heavens, the perfect blue sky. Deep, not a wisp of white cloud at all. Give thanks. Feel appreciation for where you are, for your creation. Sit down again on the bank. Cross your legs. Close your eyes. Becoming aware that you are sitting on the bank of that water flowing by. Placing your hands to your heart, bowing your head, ever so grateful. Bringing your hands together in front of your third eye. Giving a bow to your higher self, to the divine within and all around you.